Yeah, sorry, that property is sold. It had four competing offers and sold 100,000 over asking price. A lot of buyers are really confused right now about the Calgary real estate market, especially when they see news like this. Market's down as much as 355,000. And there's something wrong when you go out there and your real experience is that the house price is there's a competing offer, or there's very few homes to look at and not very much available that you really like on the market right now. And this is a report. They had said that the market fell 27,000 last month. Of course, in Calgary, you might think that happened too, based on the average sale price. And I want to talk about why the market reports are wrong almost all the time. And the reason is because what they do is they tend to use a metric called average sale price. An average sale price only means what the buyer is buying, not what the properties are necessarily worth. And so this is part of the problem with all these reports, is that they often go by this and they're not going by a specific house on a specific street. And so your experience will be quite confused looking through all the listings to find out, hey, when are the prices going to drop? Well, and of course, here's another article that says Canadian home prices have fallen 20%. Are you seeing that in the real world? Most people are not, and so they're looking out there to see what's going on, and it's their experience is quite different. And here's another one, but they actually mention in this one, they say that the market is actually in Alberta, and especially Calgary's up 1.3%. But I would tend to say that this is probably incorrect as well, only because again they're using average sale price as their metric. So what they're attempting to do here is put all property classes together in one report, meaning they're putting apartment condos, they're putting single family homes, townhomes, and estate style luxury homes all in the same report. And I'm going to show you why that's wrong almost every time. Now, let's say in an average month we had 600 condos sold at an average of 240,000. And let's say in that same month 400 townhomes sold at 400,000. And let's say 500 single family homes sold at 650,000. And let's say our market average for that month was $304,216. Let's say the next month we just sold 200 condos at 240,000, same price, and we sold 300 townhomes at 400,000, same price again, and we sold 1,000 single family homes at 650,000. And we come up with an average sale price of $543,333. Now you can see we didn't change the prices of the properties, but we changed the weighted average of how that worked out. And that's why these numbers are so wrong when we look at these reports. They're way off. And so the attempt is just a failed way of doing it. And if I take it a step further, if I would say that we sold 400 bungalows at 400,000 in a month, and 1,000 two-story homes at 650,000. And let's say we sold 25 4,000 square foot homes at an average of $3 million. And then let's say that our market average was $621,052. And let's assume we sold the same amount of homes the next month. We sold 400 bungalows at 400,000. We sold 1,000 two-story homes at 650,000. But we sold 104,000 square foot homes at an average at $2 million. And actually, we had to give them a discount to get them to buy. So in that respect, the market's down. But we'd report that a market average sale price would be 673,000. We'd be saying that the market went up when in fact it didn't go up at all. So this is the failure of this kind of report, and you'll see it very, very often. Glibly saying that average sale price is the reason that they're assimilating average sale price with home prices, which they are. So this is all about supply and demand. And if we've got lots of homes available and we have very few buyers, then we have a situation where the prices are driven down. If we have very few homes available and we have lots of active buyers, then of course the prices go up. And interest rates, a lot of times people are assuming that what's happening is that interest rates would actually cause the prices to go down. And sometimes that's the case because we have a large supply. And sometimes it's not the case, especially in certain property classes where there's very limited properties available. So let's look at this sample of buyers, and let's look at how people buy homes. So some people are buying in higher price brackets or higher price groups. Say there's a group that's buying from 700 to 600,000, and then there's a group that's buying from 600 down to 500,000, and then there's another group of buyers that are buying between 500 and 400,000. Okay, and then there's another lower group of townhomes at 400 to 300,000. When the interest rates go up, if there's lack of supply, then what'll happen is that the buyers will be forced to buy down to a lower level. So this back to the supply and demand. A lot of people are expecting that the market price will go down if there is an interest rate hike, and that is the case. Now, what it does change is average sale price. As you can imagine, that the average sale price will change, and it is correct to report the average sale price is going down with the people buying less expensive homes. But it doesn't say that those homes are worth less money. That's the difference. Okay, so the best way to look at this is by market segment. Let's just take one property class and compare that class and take a popular property class to have a little bit of a picture of what's happening. So this is a typical two-story home, and what I did was I picked homes that were actually sold between 1990 and 2021. I didn't want any new homes in the mix, and I didn't want any homes that really were beyond the style and renovation. I wanted to get too old. So between 1990 and 2021. I also don't want to have a disparity between 4,000 square foot homes and 1,000 square foot homes. So we're picking a narrow search between 1,700 square feet and 2,000 square feet. And also, basement finishing could be a real factor, whether it's finished or unfinished. So I wanted to pick the most popular group and that will give us the biggest statistic, and that is if I'm looking at homes that are first not a walkout basement, that would change the pricing, and also not unfinished, because there tends to be less unfinished and more finished basements in our statistic. Okay, and only two-story homes and only detached homes. Okay, so we'll look at that. Look at this particular market segment. It'll tell us a lot about what's happening with the average sale price. Now, I'm going to start by giving us a starting point on the average sale price of April, May, June of this year and September of 2022. Okay, our average sale price was $627, and it took 19 days to sell in that time. And then if I go to July, our average sale price was a little higher, $633,000, and took 30 days, a little bit longer to sell. But July is the summertime; people are taking holidays, so that's to be expected. And then if I go into August, and I would say 626,000, 27 days to sell. That's the same. That hasn't changed at all, really, has it? And in respective months, there was 49 homes sold in July and 45 homes that sold in August, about the same, right? Okay, and the last 30 days from September 20th, and because 20 days is, if I was to take just the 20 days of September and try to come up with an average, it might skew it. So what I did was I just went the last 30 days to give us kind of an average. It looks like we've got a little bit lower price for September and 36 days on market. So hard to say how that will progress in the next month, but it looks like a little bit of a price decrease over the summer, but it wasn't decreasing a lot. And with a statistic as low as 41, it could be up by the end of September, depending on which properties sell. Also, that makes a big difference. So the market's still remaining pretty strong, and what we're having a little bit of trouble with is actually inventory. When you look at what we're selling for property right now and what was sold last month, we actually sold at 611,000 in the last 30 days on the average sale price for this finite property group, and we sold 41 homes, and they were listed at 623, and then look where we're at now. So we have 44 active listings, which is not very many. That's a month's supply, and we're listing 10,000 higher than they did last month on average. Now, even the square footage is actually almost the same. There isn't much difference in the size, and but we do have something happening, which is the average days on market is 50. And what I'm getting from this is that it's possible that the new inventory that's out there is maybe just, well, it's not even on the bigger side, it's on the same side, but maybe it must be newer inventory that is sitting there a little bit longer, and maybe it's going to take a little bit for people to realize that the price has got to drop a little bit. But with one month supply, they can ask the prices they want. I mean, and that's certainly a factor. If you're ready to search for homes right now, just click on the link in the description below. Or if you would like to know more about home prices in a particular segment, maybe you're interested in apartments or townhomes, or whether or not a finished basement is worth more than an unfinished basement and how much, the difference between the prices of walkout basements. I'm doing all kinds of videos on an ongoing basis. And if you've got a specific need, you can always shoot me an email or send me a message to the website, give me a phone call. I'd be happy to do a video on your particular home. If you're a seller or you're a buyer that wants to know the value of a property, I can certainly analyze it right here and give you a video report online. Thanks so much and have a great day.